beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to show you guys how to set up the global settings for your website. We're going to be setting up the global colors and the global fonts or typography. So when you're starting a website, you want to make sure that you have these global things set into place because it makes the editing process so much more easier. So how do we do this is get to Elementor. This is where you will put all of your global settings. So I'm already open on the Edit with Elementor backend, and all I'm going to do is click on Site Settings. And right here you see the design system, the theme style, and the settings. Now I'm going to go through each category in a separate video, but for this video I just want to talk about the design system, where we're talking about the global colors and the global font. Once you click on it, it's going to open this new window where you can now see all of your global settings. So essentially what you would need is about a color palette of 4 colors. This is generally what people have when they go and get their branding guide and things like that from another designer. You should already have the colors that you want for your actual website. If you're in the website phase, you should already know what you want in terms of color scheme for your website. So you have a primary, secondary, the text color, and the accent. Alright, so let's just say that I wanted to use these 4 colors as my color palette. This is my color palette, and I'm going to put all of these colors inside of my global settings. So all I'm going to do is click on it. I'm using Figma, by the way. I'm just going to copy all of these color codes, and I'm going to go ahead and put them in. Now as you see, I put my primary and secondary and my accent color in. But for the text, I did want to be a bit neutral. Since this is considered the text color, I just went with 1F, 1F, 1F because all of my text, I want it to be subtle black. I don't want it to be too black. And obviously I wouldn't want my text to be like actual colors like here, or even this color right here. So I'm just going to go for black. Now how you add another color, because as you see, this is just 3 of my colors for my color palette because I had to have a space open, this 4th one for the text color. So how you add a new one is go over here to add color, and then you want to just give it a name. So let's just say our brown, and then you want to go here, and I'm going to put in that color code, and boom, now my brown is right here. So I'm going to save changes. I'm going to refresh the page, and now you see I actually have that brown down here, and I also have all of my other colors. So the second thing that you want to make sure you're adding is your global font. So your global fonts is really just going to go ahead and set up the font and the sizing for that font. So let's just say you wanted to use a fancier font because you're in a luxury, you're a luxury brand, so you want to use something a little bit more elegant and not the basic system font, which is this right here. So over here on the left hand side, you see you have your primary, secondary, the basic text, and the accent text. Now you can go and add a font. I will show you guys how to do this in another video because there's actually a way to add fonts that is more secure, and I just really want to dedicate a video specifically for that. So I'm not going to go over details, but if you do, all you have to do is click add and then just install that font. So in the primary, I'm just going to click the pen, and again, let's go with something like, let's just go with a demo. It's not too luxury, but somewhere near. And let's just say you want this headings, this is the primary text, you want it to be 4 RAM, meaning this is the biggest text that will ever be on your website. Now there's some other stuff you can do. You can do the weight, like if you really want this to be extremely bold, I think it's already on the boldest it can get. But if you want it to be extremely light, you can do that. You can go with the normal, the medium, or the bold. It seems like this one only go in light and bold. You can also transform it to all uppercase if you want all of your headings or your primary text to be all uppercase. You can do that. You can do all lowercase, or you can just capitalize the first letter in each word. I normally just go with default. You have decorations as well, like underlining text, overline. I don't know why you would use it. Line through, again, don't know why you would use it, so I'll just keep that on default. You can also adjust the line height. So if you see right now for 4 rem as the font size, with this font it has this much spacing. So if you want to reduce that, let's just say, my computer is a little slow right now. Let's just say you want it to be about 75 pixels of space. Let's see what 80 looks like, just to give a little bit more breathing room. Let's see what 85 looks like. 80 or 85 is pretty good. Let's go 80. You can also edit the letter spacing if you want. Let's just say the font that you chose, you want it to be a bit more spaced out between the letters, because some fonts that you do choose, you would notice that it'll be a little bunched up together sometimes. So if you want to do that, you can edit that here by increasing it. And you also have the word spacing if you want a little bit more words in between. A little bit more space in between each word. So you can really get really, funky in here depending on what you want. You can also edit this. So if you just want this to say your large text, you can simply do that. It doesn't have to be titled your primary. And you can do the same for your second one. Again, if we want to do the same font. And even if you want to do a different font for your secondary, you can do that as well. So I chose the same font. I'm going to choose the rem. I'm going to do this one about 2. Let's say, what's 3? 3. Because it looks like it's underneath this bigger, larger heading. I'm going to keep it on normal. And I'm pretty much going to keep everything else the same. And by now, I'm pretty sure you get the picture. The same here. Again, Dama. This time I'm going to go with rem of 2. Just making it get smaller and smaller. That's all we're doing. And so on and so forth. And now once you save these changes, it'll appear on the actual website. I'm not going to save those changes because that's actually not what I'm going for. But never forget to save those changes. One last thing before I end the video is highly, highly important. I wanted to share with you guys that another way that you can easily get to the actual site settings is also just by hovering over it with Elementor and clicking on site settings. I know before I told you guys to open up Elementor and then go to the settings and then click on global fonts, but if you click on site settings, it'll literally take you directly to this. Let me go back. Discard that. It'll take you exactly to this screen where you see all of the actual site settings. So you don't necessarily have to go to Elementor and then open up the settings bar. You can just go hover over Elementor and then choose the site set. I'm beginning to share some really cool stuff in my Discord community for my website designers. Like I said, you watch me go live and you get the feel and the idea of my thought process behind the scenes. And if you want to be a part of something like that, don't forget to click the link in the description to join my Discord community, and I will catch you guys in the next one.